Welcome back to Base Camp, WNC. Today we're at a prepper meeting, and this boy for a customer. The customer has the typical 40 panels on the roof, grid-tied system, so when the storm comes, he has no electric in the house. This is built, I'll tell you right now, it's like $6,000 as it sits. It's about $5,000 in parts in it. It is capable of, it's a split phase inverter, so it does do 220, so it will run the well pump. There's 10 kW battery, so of course you're going to use half of it, so you got 5 kW. If you take out your hot water heater, electric stove, heat pump, this will basically run your house for 2 days without having any charging. His name's Eric as well. Eric will go over. There is 1200 watt input. You can put it in from solar, you can put it in from generator, you can bring it in from the house. It's got its own built-in transfer switches. Output is a 50 amp plug and a 115 plug. There's 12 volts for charging cell phones. It's on a cart. This man wants to be able to haul it around. I mean, I'd like to seen it put on a little utility trailer. If you were building a place or taking it, you could use it and a generator. You wouldn't have to hear the generator run all night long. It would be mobile. You could use, it's got enough power to run table saws, air compressors. It would be a handy little thing. This is made to be able to roll in the garage when it's not in use. Hopefully plug it into the wall and keep it charged.
Derek Parlow with Carolina Preppers Network, and we're here in Asheville, North Carolina. We're going to talk today about a power cart. So we put together a power cart primarily to back up our water source. So the cart's designed to operate a 240 volt well pump. So plug it in, good to go. Solves all your water issues. So that cart is designed around a garden cart. Has 8 AGM batteries. The batteries themselves are 10 kilowatt hours of power, but we only utilize 50% of that power, so it results in 5 kilowatt hours of power. You take the heating, cooling out of your home, as well as drying and cooking. That 5 kilowatt hours run a typical house for 48 hours, a couple days. So the cart was designed for mobility, so you can keep it close in with a garage, etc. The reason for the AGM batteries, no concern with maintenance, no concern with. So the car is designed to be mobile. If you need to get away from the house or go to the neighbors, you can plug it into to their home and run their pump, or run whatever utilities that they need at their house. And you can.
Okay, let's go over the power in supply.
Okay, so power in. So you have multiple sources of power. The battery bank is the backup. So the primary in will be this cord. So it's designed to take 240 volt, 50 amp in. So this is the standard plug for a dryer. So we can also replace this cord with this adapter, and you can take an input of 120, 15 amps. So other sources of power are solar. It'll handle to bring in at 1500 watts of solar through a Midnight Kid solar charger. It handles 30 amps at either 12, 24, or 48. Solar input is a standard solar power connection, M4. It also can run hydropower, and a connection here that is a diversion load for up to 1500 watts of either hydro or wind. You can choose to use that. And the Midnight Kit charge controller will handle solar, wind, or hydro. So in addition to that, you could have a generator input. It's an efficient way to use your generator is to charge the batteries, then draw power from the batteries over time. So that's your power inputs. Your power outputs is here. So this system is designed to be put in series with a emergency breaker panel. We bring the power out of the main, come here, come back in to the emergency panel through this. So it's all designed to be removable, movable, so everything's plug and play. So we're bringing 240 volt in, 240 volt out to the panel. We could also choose to use an adapter. Use the 240 volt circuit. You can either use a 30 amp RV plug or a 15 amp 120 plug to take power out. This cart also has 120, 2 outlets for 120. Each of those is on a 20 amp separate circuit. So the inverter we're using is a Magnum, the PAE 4448. So it's a 48 volt inverter charger. So the inverter charger also has built into it a transfer switch. So if you have your emergency panel in series with the cart, grid power drops will immediately transfer over to inverter power, drawing power from the battery bank. So I'd say the cart itself has a battery bank in it. We also have a secondary circuit, so if you have a larger battery bank stored garage, basement, house, you can do that. You have the option to choose the battery bank that's in the cart, the off-cart battery bank, or both with the selection switch.
Okay, what about 12 volt? How you've got that?
It's a 12 volt outlet. So we have a USB and a 12 volt cigarette outlet, taking transformer, taking 48 volts from the battery bank, dropping it down to 12 volts. It actually runs at about 13.5 volts. This cart's set up with a 10 amp 12 volt circuit. So switched, and our USB has a voltage meter in it. I don't know that you'll be able to see it here with the sunlight, but this reads your 12 volt outlet. So you can charge your phone, charge any device with the cigarette lighter plug, 12 volts. So in addition to this, we could put Anderson power poles in with a larger transformer if we needed to go up to 20 amps if we wanted to. So, any other questions?
So you've got solar coming in. You can also run it off of a generator because your pure sine wave converter has a automatic transfer switch in it.
Correct.
Hydro, wind. I would imagine the sine wave, the converter right there has a dump load.
Correct. We have a diversion load.
You would need a dump load for a micro hydro or wind.
And we can dump up to 30 amps at 48 volts, so it's 1500 watts diversion load.
So this complete setup is set up for 48 volts.
Correct.
It has 8 batteries tied together in two groups, so it gives you 48 volts. This one has how many amp hours in the batteries?
So the batteries themselves have 10 kilowatt hours. We utilize 50% of that for 5 kilowatt hours of useful power on the cart itself.
So any questions, contact below. We can go from there and give you any information. He can build anything, pretty much any size you want, or permanent, or mobile. Any questions, comments, give us a call, hit the email. Thank you for watching. Well, as usual, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like it, subscribe, tell your friends about it. I do want to make a correction. I did say it was 1200 watts of input. It is 1500 watts. We've done 2 mini hydroelectric generating units that neither one of them wanted to be filmed or put out there. I have a third one coming up here the end of June, beginning of July, that we're going to film it. I'll show you how you can hook it up to this or your place. Show you how to use the dump load on it. We carry a wide array of very low output, very low head generating units that can generate electricity as small as 3 foot of fall. Even a small amount going into your battery bank system. But you got to remember, with water hydro, it is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So even a little bit adds up over the long run. So if you like it, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Any comments or questions, back up, hit the comment or Gmail me, and be glad to put you into contact with everybody and be willing to do one of these for you or tell you everything you need to know about it. Thank you for watching.